beatboxing. That is weird you can do that noise, dude.
Yeah. It's just a weird thing that I don't even know how I found out I could do it. Just or,
Have you seen those people that like can do all that
Mongolian
great
throat singers?
No,
Yeah.
well that, but like the human beatboxers where they're doing like all
Yeah.
and it's just like what the
Because I can do that and I can do
the What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm breathing in with my hand straight across my mouth.
Anyone can do that.
Yeah, but it makes a specific noise. Didn't make the noise.
Whoa, that sounds like you're like pulling a hose.
It's like a weird. Yeah,
yeah, it's like
I don't know if it's useful. But I can do that and then
I don't think any of them are useful. Just like this podcast, you're listening to the Moist Monday podcast.
Happy Moist Monday.
Happy Moist Monday. Cheers, brother. Let's freaking get moist. Wow, welcome to Moist Monday.
Happy Moist Monday.
Happy Moist
everybody.
Monday. Hopefully you're all doing great. Hopefully this is a great way to start your week if you're listening. If you're not listening, we won't know because we're just talking to each other in a
Just
room.
go fuck yourself.
Yeah, and Elysia is over there. Elysia, can I get some more in my headphones?
She's running the numbers.
Yeah, thanks, Elysia. Elysia's saying we're actually doing very well streaming.
Yeah, no, our numbers are great.
Our
Apparently.
numbers are
yeah.
off the charts. And like when she showed me that, it was just a blank white piece of paper with an arrow that went off of it. And I was like, holy crap, Elysia. We're killing it.
We should really pay her at some point.
We will eventually, you know.
She'll earn it.
She'll earn it. I mean, she does do all the freaking work, and she has to sit there. She doesn't even have a microphone. She'll never talk.
No, I mean-
You'll never hear her voice. Don't even ask.
She just exists, and
But she does a hell of a good job
of
And she's-
existing.
And
yeah,
she's keeping our little project moving forward,
and I respect it.
which is nice. But I will say, this kind of ties into the first topic I want to talk about today, because us three are in a group chat,
Right.
and God, I fucking hate group chats.
I'm so bad at them.
Not only am I bad at them by choice, but they are annoying.
Yeah.
They are, because it's like, all right, if we're in a group chat of three, you know, us and Elysia, it's not bad, but sometimes it does get annoying when one person's talking to another person and the other person's out of the loop, and then you're like,
a lot of it, she gets so racist.
yeah, that's true.
And then I just have to keep telling him, like, hey, no, those are people.
Yeah.
We respect them.
Those are people. That's why she doesn't have a microphone.
Right, yeah,
Because we don't
no.
want to. Elysia is not going to cancel us.
No.
Yeah, she's her own identity, own entity.
And a hell of a worker, but just not worth the risk.
No, that's why we don't pay her.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't deserve it. But like, I'm in
She's
a
on her
couple.
way.
But I'm in a couple group chats right now. Like, I had this thought today while I was at work. Like, I'm in a group chat with like 7 people.
Yeah.
They're all my friends. But like, it's going off all the time, and they're like today they were like, "What do you guys have for breakfast?"
And like, why are we talking? Why does my phone need to vibrate 10 times?
Yeah, and it's like.
Because
and it's
every
over
person-
Snapchat, so it's like
Oh, weird.
It's a group chat over Snapchat, so it's like, oh, this person's typing, this person
The
responded.
2 vibrates per text. Yeah.
Oh my god! And it's like, I don't care what you have for breakfast, and then it's like sending photos, and it's like, how's everyone's days going? What are you gonna have for dinner tonight? Here's a photo of my dinner. I don't fucking care. Like, I didn't know you could do this. I found this out today. You can silence things in Snapchat.
I know that. Yeah.
I silenced the group chat.
Because I do that with text. Because every day at work, my boss will start a new group chat
With the people working.
that day.
Yeah.
So it's slightly different every day. And it's
Well, that is also annoying because your text feed gets so filled with all these group chats that only apply to that day.
okay, yeah. Because like right now on my phone,
Didn't you have you had a group chat once where
I
someone?
have 213 unread messages because of the different group chats.
How active are the group chats?
Well, there's just one a day. So you think one
my
a day if you get a
God.
couple chats in it.
A couple responses, because usually some people will respond, be like, "Okay" or "Thanks."
Or like people will be like, yeah, trying to be funny, and then others will comment on it.
When I used to do what you did,
Yeah.
my boss at the end of those group texts would be like, "Respond to me directly," And then people would go, okay, in the group chat. It's like, no, you son of a gun. You got me.
It's like, I remember, I think it was a year or two ago, Wells Fargo got like shut down because somebody hit, it was like a happy birthday message and they hit like a reply all, but it literally emailed every person
in the company,
in every single Wells Fargo.
Oh my
something
God.
like that. Yeah.
And they all just got like this stupid
It was
meme.
just hundreds. I mean, thousands of emails sent and like shut something down because it was too much. Yeah.
Holy crap. Do you think like a person got fired?
I don't know.
Or do you think that's like an accident?
I mean, it's an accident, but like, God.
I've definitely done that because I'm in like a group chat email chain.
Yeah.
Just saying it out loud makes me upset.
Group chat email chain, yeah.
You know, like where it's a bunch of people that we email each other.
Sure, I don't email.
It's the
anybody.
same group chat that is over Snapchat. So why do we have an email feed? I'm sorry. If you're listening to this, you know I'm upset and annoyed at this group chat. But we have like this email thread and I'll like respond, but sometimes I'll accidentally just hit reply.
Instead of reply all or
Yeah,
whatever.
so it just goes to the person that sent the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, hey, if you're going to respond, hit reply all. And then I'm like, well, I already typed out I'm not going to resend it.
Right,
so
there's stuff
it's
like,
just like...
there's stuff like that. And then also I hate, this has happened recently to me when I'm texting like someone I haven't texted in a while and we're like catching up. And it'll be of like, hey, how are you doing? Like they'll say that to me and I'll say how I'm doing. And then I'll say, and how are you or whatever. And then they respond to what I said and then also comment on what they're doing.
Texts.
No, like they'll do that. So then we're each sending 2 texts per time responding to...
You're having 2 different conversations with one person.
In one chat, yeah. That drives me insane.
Well, you started it.
But like, it's like...
But you are...
No, because
you didn't actually start it because you said how you're doing, and then you also like, how are you doing?
And then they comment on how I'm doing, and then what they're doing. So then I reply to their response to what I'm doing, and then I reply to what they're doing.
How do you get out of that scenario without quit responding?
I don't know. I quit responding.
Okay, that makes sense. That does make sense. Because I've definitely been in that scenario, like, because I'm on the dating apps. You know, when I keep like getting all these matches and... I'm exaggerating. I keep getting one match a week and talking to these people, but it will get to that point. It's like, hey, how you doing? What are you up to? And it's like, I'm doing all right. Blah blah blah. I'm doing this, and then it gets to this crazy text, and it's just like, oh my God, I can't even keep up.
You're only talking to one person.
Yeah, I know, but it's exhausting because it's like I'm having the same. Here's what sucks about dating, and like, well, online dating, it's just energy. But it's just annoying because I'm having the same conversations over and over again. And I'm at a point where I don't care anymore.
So what are you going to do? You going to not date? You want to date.
So. I do want to date. But like I find myself only swiping like right when I'm bored. Sure. And even then I'm like, I don't care. And then when I get a match, I'm like, I don't care. Like I've gotten a couple matches where I'm not going to match them. Like I don't even care.
That's a weird part of Tinder when like you do match with somebody
and then you just don't talk to them.
Yeah.
I have so many of those.
Right? Yeah. No, there's
so
be
many.
Just a full list of people that.
That's why I really like Bumble.
Because the girls have to start it.
Because the girls have to start it.
So smart.
But for me, I like that because I'm not a good initiator, so it puts the ball in their court. But there's been a couple. I will say there's been a couple of people that I match with on Bumble.
Yeah.
And they will send me a message. I just won't respond, and then it will eventually expire, and then I can't.
Weird.
Yeah, but there was this one girl, dude. I've matched with this girl so many times.
Okay.
I think we follow each other on Instagram. Like we match, we talk for a little bit. She's like cool, alternative.
And one of you restarts your profiles eventually.
No, and then she quits responding.
Yeah.
I think I'm friends with her on Snapchat.
Oh.
But we just matched again on Bumble, and she said, "Hey." Like we're acting like we haven't matched 1,000 times. So I just didn't respond and let it expire because I was like, I'm tired because I know how this is gonna go because I've been on this road with this particular person 1,000 times.
All right, on Tinder, or any dating app where you can message first, do you have an opening line?
I used to when I cared.
What was it?
I'm trying to remember. Because I used to message you my opening lines and be like, hey, is this a good opening line?
I remember that.
And you were like, no, it's not good. I just say, hey, how are you doing? Which I know doesn't work.
They get 100 of those.
Dude, yeah, think about it. Girls get matches left and right.
Because there's guys who will swipe right on every single girl.
Dude, dating sucks because it's like, all right, you date, but then you have all these other options. So then it's like,
It's weird.
if you don't particularly like the way this person texts,
There might be someone better.
there is someone better. There's always someone better, and then they quit responding. But in my
Because
boat,
maybe they found somebody better for what they're looking for.
yeah, it's just weird. And then I like get the people's numbers or get people's snaps, and then like here's the frustrating part is like we talk great on the app.
Yeah.
This has happened so many times over the years I've been on him. I've been on him for years. You talk great on the app, and they're like, and then I'm like, I love this conversation.
Yeah.
Let's take this over to like Snapchat or text.
Something just a little bit more personal.
Yeah,
where-
it's more personal. We're off the app. It's better. And then we'll text. We'll snap for a couple days. It's great. And then all of a sudden, it just goes to shit every time. And I'm like, what?
I mean,
It's just weird. But I also understand you know everyone's talking to 1,000 people.
That's the terrifying part is that every person you're talking to is talking to at least an equal amount of people.
Well, my equal amount of people is one other person.
But you've had like where you're talking
True.
to 4 people at once.
I'll have like an influx where I'm like, I can't keep up.
Yeah, and like all of them might be having the same. It's insane.
It is crazy. And then the fact that also I don't care anymore
Yeah, that's
doesn't
the bad part of it.
doesn't help. Like I want to date, but I feel like I'm looking for like, man, this episode is turning into like a very like relationship heavy episode, but I don't care. I like
That's
talking
fine.
about it. But I like want to date, but I'm like seeking like a very specific type of girl.
Well, I mean, like as you should if you know what you like. I mean, be open to the world, but
I am
only
open, but like
commit to what you want.
it's like a tough because
Don't waste others' time.
Yeah, but I'm like trying to find like this idea of a woman that is driven and has like all these projects going on and is busy.
Yeah.
But then they're probably not dating. They're probably not on apps
No, they're
because
busy.
they're busy.
And they're driven.
But like I'm busy and driven. So that's why I'm trying to find someone that like is the same way so they understand.
Sure.
Because I'll match with these people or I'll talk to these people that, no offense, but they just don't do anything. Like they don't really have any hobbies. And then they're like, man, you're so busy. And it's
Yeah.
just like,
You can't make time for them.
well, I do. I'll try to. And then it's not enough. And it's like, different lives, different
Yeah.
lifestyles. And we know it's just different lifestyles.
No, I mean, there's no fault in it because others see the way you're living as a issue.
Chaotic. But
Yeah.
I've been doing it for almost 4 years now, probably, this lifestyle. Which
Yeah.
is crazy. I don't know how I do it. It's just weird. But I was talking about this in therapy. Like, part of the reason I don't care is because I'm still maybe trying to get over the last relationship I had,
Sure.
which is fair, because it kind of didn't have closure.
Yeah, it ended very abruptly.
It was like great, super serious, great,
Yeah, and then
nothing.
nothing.
And it was weird.
Yeah, no, I mean, even you telling me about it was weird.
Yeah, so maybe I'm just not over that.
Which is fair, but like, how do you get over that if they're not willing to end it, or not officially, but like end it naturally, or like where you would get closure?
Yeah,
If they're not
and it's-
offering closure, how do you achieve it? I don't know.
I think it's just a time thing because I didn't get closure in like the prior relationship I was in because that
Sure.
ended over text as well.
Yeah.
And that was a serious on and off relationship for fucking 5 years, dude, which is crazy. And then it got
Yeah.
ended over text. Dude, did I tell you how that ended?
I don't know.
It was weird. So like things were going great. I was giving it my all because I was like, this is probably my last opportunity because we were on and off for so long.
Sure.
And then I like upset her somehow. It was long distance,
Yeah.
And then she's like, we like didn't talk
Oh,
for like a week.
but you were officially still dating.
We were
at this point.
still dating, and she even said, "Hey, I'm not talking to anyone else. I'm just talking to you."
Yeah.
Like we were like together,
Okay.
and we like just didn't talk for a week. And I was like trying to not be my codependency self, and
Right. Because
like I was trying to give her space.
In the
Yeah, I was
past.
trying to give her space, and like I was fucking depressed for like that week because I was like, "What's going on?" I like sent her a couple messages here and there, being like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Just nothing, or
Just nothing. Or if it
Bare
was,
minimum.
it was bare minimum.
yeah.
And then eventually I just got this text. Like I was touring apartments to live down in Des Moines.
Oh wow.
And I got this text that just said, "Hey, I don't think I can do this anymore."
Fuck.
And I was like, "Oh my God."
Did
That's
you-
how, like, that's such a,
Starting a conversation with a breakup, I can't even imagine.
over like a week of not talking.
That's fucking rough. Yeah.
I mean, I get that I've done shitty things in the past and like,
I mean, the two of you together, it was
yeah.
like
But I
Either
just
one
remember
just
I was.
wasn't good
It
to
was
each
just
other at different
not.
times.
Yeah, it was. But I did that a lot to her.
And then she also did it a lot to you, yeah.
Like, because I was like, man, I put my all into this. I
At
was
the end,
really
though.
trying. Yeah, at the end, I was like really trying, and then it was just like, hey, I don't think I can do this anymore. I remember like getting into my car after touring like the studio apartment downtown, right above. It was right next to that zombie burger. Right next to, I was touring like a studio apartment
I
there.
also looked at the apartment.
Yeah, it was cool, but it was studio. It was
Right.
expensive.
Yeah.
But I remember getting in my car and seeing that text. I was in the driver's seat, and I just remember hitting like the passenger seat like with my fist like 4
Yeah.
times and just screaming.
Yeah.
Like I was so just out of the blue.
I mean,
like,
just seeing your all of your effort and energy
just
fall off a cliff.
flushed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just like, ah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, after that point, I was single for a long time because I didn't have the closure.
Have you had an official girlfriend since then? I know
mean-
you've had serious spurts. I
The
know.
last girl I was with was serious, but it wasn't technically official.
It
but
wasn't
I
publicly serious, right? It should have been.
it
Oh, it
should've-
reached the point of that.
yeah, and like we were, we said like the big word,
Yeah.
to me it was serious. To
Right,
me,
yeah.
and then yes, but like I haven't. It was only like big picture. It was only 3 months.
Which that would be my third longest relationship.
Yeah, it's just dude, dating is weird, and especially like because I'm getting older.
Right.
Like we're getting older. Like I'm approaching 30, and it's just weird because I don't know, different lifestyles, and then also I'm worried once you get to a certain age that people are like, man, you're at 30s or you're in your 30s and you're single.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
I think at that point you switch from Tinder to Plenty of Fish.
Yeah, to
Or
eHarmony.
Match.com,
Yeah,
all
but
those,
then it's
yeah.
like I don't want to be on those.
Right. I
But-
don't know why that's such a different thing, but it is.
But that's where you find like serious and real stuff though, because
That's where people are looking. So the idea
looking
is,
for
yeah,
serious makes sense because Tinder is
hookup culture.
hookup culture. Same with all of them. Bumble, Hinge, they're all the same
Because
basically.
I don't think I ever got a date off of Bumble or Hinge. It was all Tinder dates that I achieved.
Oh, really? Hinge is like the one that's designed to be like relationship, delete the app.
Yeah.
Like their slogan is the app to be deleted.
Apparently, Facebook dating is a thing too now.
I tried that and it was weird as fuck, dude. I
know.
couldn't.
Yeah, because I never got to try that one.
I couldn't figure it out. I matched with a couple people.
But then you see their Facebook, which seems so fucking weird.
It is weird. It's just, dude, dating is frustrating, and it takes up a lot of time. And I've been on a couple of dates recently that have been weird. Like I took this girl out for seafood on our first date.
How expensive was that?
Her idea,
How expensive was it?
$80. We went, dude. It was a weird seafood place because it was like Cajun seafood. So like the seafood came in a bag,
Oh,
and like it was all like, and I don't. It was like her favorite restaurant. I was like, I'd never been here, so I got popcorn shrimp, or like just something like.
probably what I would get. Yeah.
And she like made fun of me for it because I didn't get like the bag, even though her bag was like $30 and my popcorn shrimp
you
was
were-
11.
And you were.
You know what I mean? I was like, and she got this huge bag with lobster tail, and I'm not even kidding, dude.
I never had one of those dates where they were just like trying to get a good meal out
Well,
of me.
then we went and got a drink afterwards,
Okay.
and it was just
At a different place, or
yeah, we went and got a drink at like a dive bar,
Okay.
and it was just a very weird date, and I felt like she wasn't into me, and then so we left, and then she was like, you must have not liked me because you didn't hug me goodbye or anything. And I was like, I felt like you didn't like me.
Yeah.
It was very weird.
Would you have liked her if she liked you, or if you felt like she liked you? Would you have? Do you think you would have liked her?
I mean, she was cool,
Yeah.
but again, I don't know.
Because like from my experience from like dating apps, it's all been just complete hit or miss.
Well, but with your experience and your history, I mean, it's the hookup culture, and that's like what you did. And but for me, I can't just do. I mean, I have
Sure.
done it. What 3 times maybe, but like. I don't know how to do that, and I can't. So like, it's like, oh, let's go on a date.
I honestly don't know if I'd recommend it or not.
Yeah, but at least you're getting something out of it.
Yeah, no, I was
Yeah,
happy.
but then also that
I was
might-
happy for an evening and then fucking empty in the morning.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is
Like-
like you wake up and you're like
God.
depression.
Yeah. Well, it's just like I just did that with somebody I did not give a shit about, and I know they didn't give a shit about me, and then we will never discuss again.
Oh,
That's
man.
such a
See,
weird
that's
thing. Because like before, like, all right, obviously we're talking about sex. Before you lose your virginity, the idea of sex is such a sacred bond
Oh, for
between two
sure.
people.
I mean, that's kind of how I still look at it.
I mean,
Because,
that's a great way to look at it.
I mean, obviously it's not as sacred as it was back in the day because I have been with multiple partners. You know, I've
Right,
tried
yeah.
weird kinky shit. I've had two one night stands.
Right.
So like it's not as sacred, but that's like the way. That's why I don't usually do it on the first date because like I want to like really know who you are because it's a way to like connect and get closer
Yeah.
for me anyway.
No, and I think that's the better way to look at it because I fell into a like spiral of that's all my first date was.
Yeah,
Was
you were
just
just
hooking up.
fucking.
Yeah, and it was empty. It was, I mean, like the number is funny to have, but like I didn't achieve anything from it besides
Well,
the idea.
you were just chasing the feeling.
I felt like that's what I should be doing,
Yeah, you were
and
chasing
it
the
got me
feeling.
nowhere.
It gets you. I mean, you're here because of it
Sure, yeah, no, I found a good relationship off of Tinder.
on accident. 'Cause
Right,
it was supposed to be
yeah.
a one night stand.
Yeah, no, like everything presented by just us talking, because even like leading up to our first date, I didn't see her as anything special, like just from our conversations and the way
Well,
it was
because
presented.
you were probably talking to 10 other people at the time. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
no, and then just something, and like, because I remember while we were talking, I had a date, and like it was a weekend date, and like I was still texting her just in free time between the date or whatever.
You used to tell me you would like
Yeah.
have a girl over and then like
This
go to
is-
the kitchen and text another girl.
This is one of my less than proud moments.
Yeah, but I
is-
always thought like I was like, man,
would you
why
see
can't-
me as James Bond for this?
yeah,
No, because all right. So the
but like,
scenario
but
you're
I'm like,
talking
how
about-
can I not? How can I not do that?
All right, I mean,
Because in my head, I'm like this desperate fucking can't get a single date, and you're over here freaking swiping them all up.
I mean, because,
I'm like, dude, how the fuck?
one, I learned how to cheat Tinder.
Yeah.
I'm a freak show performer with cute cats. I learned to just like put the two of those.
And you had a cool downtown apartment that you lived by yourself.
Yeah, no, that was a big part of it. But the moment you referred to was I would sleep with a girl in my bed, but I would leave my phone in the kitchen on purpose. So post that, while I was grabbing them stuff, I would check my phone
And respond to other
and
women
often set up my next date.
with a different girl.
Yeah, which
That's so, dude.
it's so James Bond in the way that I'm a complete douchebag at that time. Well, because also the idea of explaining it is like, what am I gonna throw around the word like sex addict? Because no, that's fucking bullshit. I was, but I deserve zero sympathy for that affliction.
Yeah, because you did it to yourself.
Well, I did it because it was fun, which I guess is all
and also,
addiction.
And also, all the people you were hooking up with were kind of in the same mindset.
I
Like they
imagine
knew
so.
it was going to be a one night thing, so it's not like you were
Yeah.
really doing anything. But that's what like
It's
the
a
Tinder,
weird
it's the
line.
Tinder culture, dude.
No, the idea of that you assume who you are sleeping with are sleeping with other people is both like not egotistical, but like it's like the idea that you're like, yeah, this is nothing. It's kind of shitty because also they might think like, oh, I'm gonna date this person.
Yeah, you don't know. That's what's weird is you don't know because you don't talk about that stuff.
Yeah, no, you don't set boundaries. That's what it is.
There's
a
no
boundary
boundaries.
list.
Yeah,
but
that's-
also like if I'm just texting someone and I want to sleep with them and they want to sleep with me, I don't want to set boundaries because that's just a weird conversation to have.
Yes, you'll sleep with them once and then have the boundary talk.
If
you
either
want
of
to.
you want to continue with,
Or you just keep sleeping together and
or you never talk,
or you
again.
never see him again.
You shared the most intimate, ideal situation,
Yeah,
and you
intimate thing
never
together.
see them again.
That's a weird thing, and that also probably fucks with your brain.
Oh, for sure. I'm so lucky of how I got out of it. That I just found
Yeah, you
somebody.
just got lucky.
Well, yeah, like I just found somebody who both of us were just in the hookup idea, and it just stuck,
Yeah, it's like
and that was it.
that's crazy, dude.
Because I remember when her and I first got together, I'd be like, hey, before we become official, I have some people that I've been like seeing that I want to properly end.
Yeah.
Because some of these, like the people who I kept seeing, they were friends of mine in a way.
Well, yeah, because you were casually dating them.
but
in
like,
a sense.
and like, but we knew it was casual. But like, the idea was like, oh, I legitimately care about these people I've been seeing for the past year in some cases.
Yeah, which is crazy.
And I'm so thankful she understood what I was saying, because that's such an easy like write off moment. But like now I've kept some of them as friends. And,
Whoa,
like,
that's crazy weird.
because they all luckily the one I'm closest friends to also found a serious relationship.
Oh, so it's not as weird.
When her and I broke things off of, it turns out like she was in love with her best friend.
Oh,
So I was like, oh shit, I was just holding you back this entire time.
yikes.
No, I mean like, but
Yeah,
they're
but good. Yeah, that's
happy
awesome.
together and we are friends still. And yeah, it's a weird situation that can happen.
I mean, that's the weird part is like when you are talking to people and then you get serious. Obviously, you have to end things with the other people you're talking to, and then you have to have that discussion, being like, "Oh, I'm no longer talking to anyone else.
Yeah.
I deleted the apps. I did this step. I did that." You have to like bring up these weird steps to be like, okay,
'Cause it's
to
weird.
prove that I like
This
you.
is it. Yeah.
To prove that I like you, I did this.
Because luckily we were mature enough to have the conversation.
Yeah,
Of,
it's a great conversation.
I'm
to have.
done.
Yeah,
Like,
which is, dude, I've had that conversation a few times, and it because I have anxiety,
sure.
and it feels so good when someone says, "Hey, I just want you to know I'm not talking to anyone else."
That's such a big moment.
I can picture 2 moments of that happening to me, and one was recent and one was a couple years ago, and it feels so good because it's like they picked you. You won. You won the competition.
You over the entire fucking city of single people.
Yeah.
Because that's the other option.
And it's just
Everybody
like-
else.
And it's just like, damn, you feel like, all right, let's
Accomplished,
fucking
yeah.
go.
That's the insane part of modern dating culture. It's legitimately you versus the entire single population.
Oh, it is, dude. It is because
Everyone has Tinder.
everyone has Tinder.
Everyone in this fucking city that is single and of age has Tinder.
Yeah, I bet if you had Tinder right now, we would have a couple of the same matches for sure.
I've seen it, on
Yeah, for
yours,
sure.
of
And
just people I'd matched with in the past.
And it's just like, all right, so we could both be talking to that person.
And it's instantly a competition.
Yeah, because it's like
That generally we both lose.
everything's a competition because it's like who's the better man or who's the better match, the better mate.
Because I guess I don't know how many people want to stay single forever.
Well, that's the weird part about being in your 20s is we're in these weird demographics where it's different lifestyles. Because I'm still matching with people that are 21, 22, and they're in party lifestyle. They're in sex culture. They're in, you know what I mean? Like, and then I'm also matching with people that are my age or like a little bit older, and they're like super serious. Or people have kids now,
And
or
like
people,
want to settle down,
Yeah.
want to find a nice guy to be the new
stepdad.
step-parent.
And
yeah.
it's just like we're in this weird demographic of I'm still young enough to date the younger people, but they're in a different lifestyle.
and mature enough to date the older people who are ready to settle down.
And then there's some younger people that are, it's just a weird thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's just everyone's looking for something, but like on your profile, you never say what exactly you are.
No, because you gotta be cool. You gotta come
Right,
off-
yeah. You got to choose your best photos. You have to choose your best qualities. You have to figure out an opening line.
which I need to figure out. Maybe that's what we do right now is figure out, and then I'll change it because
I was proud of my opening line.
what was your opening line?
All right, so I took this from a song I heard. And this
Ooh, okay.
yeah, I cannot remember the band right now, which is pissing me off. But the song is called Favorite Things. And the opening line of the song, and this is what I use as my
Opening text.
yeah, I sent this to everybody except for my current serious girlfriend.
Well, you didn't send it? Why?
She messaged me first.
Whoa.
Yep. And I didn't. And she
You
was
didn't
like,
get a chance to use it.
No,
that's-
'cause she
that's
was
what
like-
also makes it special.
no, because her fucking text was like, "Oh my god, your cats are so cute." I'm like, "Yeah." And like I didn't.
What?
It was
You
just.
just responded with.
I'm sure I was
"Yeah."
like, "Yeah, they're great," but like that was it. Like she took the wind out from my wings because I had a one up because I was so proud of this opening line. All right, so the opening text, I chose this because I thought if they were someone I could really talk to, it gave them an option to respond to something interesting.
Okay, so they could open up or respond shortly. Yeah, okay.
I mean, yeah, it was, "What's your favorite color?" And then, "Do you remember the moment you realized?"
That's a good conversation starter.
I think it's a very interesting topic because also I had a response
Pre-written.
cocked and loaded, which is like my favorite color is crimson.
Yeah, that's a cool color to say.
Yeah, it's a
It's
little
a
bit
red.
I'm a bit of a douchebag for saying it, but also I remember it because it's In Romeo and Juliet, when Shakespeare described how Romeo looked at Juliet's fake dead body, she still had crimson in her lips. And that showed that there was still life in them.
Yeah, because it had that like shiny, that full body.
Just one description,
that
and that
glow.
stuck with me since 7th grade. Or
Damn, since
whenever,
you read Romeo and
whenever
Juliet.
we had to read that, yeah,
I was in junior high. That makes
probably,
sense.
yeah. And so that was my response. Which also I was a douchebag for knowing, like, ooh, I have a cool response. I would impress people.
Yeah, because you go Romeo and Juliet, love, crimson, a color that people don't talk about.
I read Shakespeare, but a lot of people would be like, "Oh yeah, like the Crimson Chin from
That's what people would say.
from Fairly Odd Parents."
Dude,
yeah.
okay,
Which
yeah.
also instant like, fuck yeah.
Instant fuck yeah, instant funny, instant awesome. It also makes me think of, I don't remember what game we played growing up, but we played it with our neighbor. It was a superhero game, and you made a superhero Crimson Red or Crimson something, Crimson Knight or something.
It was like a weird online
superhero. Dude, that I don't think we played it for very long. I just remember your character.
Yeah. No, because that's been my favorite color for a long time. So that
you have
was
such a cool backstory for your favorite color too. So that's.
But also, I built my opening statement around that. The idea of no matter what they say, if they say, "What about you?" I have at least a somewhat interesting topic.
The conversation starter. Would a lot of people respond and be like,
Blue.
because
They wouldn't say an answer. It
they
be
would
a
just
color,
say,
yeah.
they would just
Or
say
like some
color.
people would be like, "What the fuck do you mean?" And in that case, I'd be like, "Probably not a."
Yeah, if they can't understand that question, they can't understand anything.
Well, it'd just be like, yeah, like probably not the best choice for me. Like I don't remember especially like great responses, but I know there was some.
But that's a cool opening line because you can,
it's a
gives
question
people
people didn't think about before.
and it gives people the opportunity to answer creatively, to open up a little bit, to not just the generic, "What's up?"
Yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, like that's
Where
what I
those
do.
tits at?
No, I don't say that.
I recommend it.
Yo, where those tits at?
On my chest.
One of my favorite opening lines that we made up that I've never used is "You up," but in the middle of the afternoon.
Of a time people are obviously awake.
Yeah, so imagine the girl on Tinder
At 2:30 p.m.
2:30 p.m. on a Saturday. Your opening line is "You up?" Question mark. I've never done it. I think it's so funny.
Use that as a burner.
I should start doing. You never get a match in the afternoon. I'm just gonna respond with "You up?" because obviously I'll respond as soon as they match with me. So that means they're on their phone,
Yes.
and then
Right,
and
yeah.
then their message is "You up?" I just
2:30.
I'm gonna start doing that, and then I will on this podcast. I'll say
Post,
people's answers.
yeah.
Like people are gonna be like, "Yeah?" Question mark. Or,
Obviously, yeah.
I hope someone responds, "No."
And then you're just like, fuck.
All right, well, text me when you wake up. Like, I think that's so funny. Just to middle of the afternoon, middle of the day.
You up?
You up?
The weird fucking thing about online dating is you're just in a popularity contest with both everybody and no one because you're unaware of who else is out there.
It really sucks. Yeah, because you're matching with people of the opposite sex. It's weird.
Yeah, like you don't know if they're talking to everybody or just nobody, and it could be you're the only person who stood out to them, but you will never know.
Yeah, you'll never know. And you gotta, like, when you're building a profile, you gotta put your best photos. And you gotta, like, somehow put your best self in the light. But like, my
But
problem
also
is,
like your
my problem
most
is
popular self.
yeah. But my problem is like, I feel like my profile, like, if you knew me, you'd be like, oh, he's better than his profile. You know what? But how do I make
Sure.
my profile better to
Okay,
match
yeah.
my? You know, that's why.
Because
I
my
feel
profile was better than me when I was using it.
see, I just don't know how to. But also, I don't have good photos. I don't know how to. I'm not good at taking selfies. I'm not, probably because of confidence issues. Like, it's just like a weird thing.
Well, you're also someone more so to take photos of the situation than yourself in it.
Yeah, exactly. Because I just want to take photos of things that matter, and I don't. No, I'm just kidding. But like, realistically, that's probably how my brain works. Like, I don't have many photos of myself,
Right.
and the ones that I do are
Taking
cool.
a selfie is fucking weird because I remember.
And then you look at it and go,
No,
not
that's
good,
not it.
not good enough.
No, so you'd spend an hour trying different poses, different lighting.
And you don't
different-
know if that photo's gonna do you any good.
Well, yeah. Also, because you don't know like your own depiction of your most attractive self might be extremely different than what others find attractive in you.
Yeah, that's what the weird part. Like on Hinge, you like someone's particular photo instead of swiping around their profile.
Oh.
Like you go through and there's question prompts, so you can like their question prompt or like their photo, so they know exactly what you like about
What
their
parts of it?
of their profile.
I
is
never had
cool.
that then, I guess.
I like that part, but people like I have like this sunflower photo of me,
Sure.
which is fine, but that's usually what people like the most, and it's weird. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's my most.
You.
Yeah, but it's just me in a floral button up holding a sunflower. Maybe because I don't know. Maybe
Which you don't do every day.
I did one time for the photo.
And everybody loves that moment of you.
Maybe because they're like, oh, this guy's a sunflower. I don't know what girls think. So like, it's a frustrating thing.
Because do you not know how to build the most you profile?
No, and like I feel like I have a cool bio, but then I also feel like my bio doesn't say much at all. So then it's like I don't know if that's hurting me or helping me.
Sure.
So like my bio starts off with Jack of all trades. Don't call me Jack.
Which
I love that line.
I like it. I don't know if it'll work.
But then after that line, it lists everything I do.
Okay.
It goes carpenter, YouTuber, rock climber.
Podcast.
I have not put podcaster in there yet.
I don't know if you should.
But there's a couple other things, and then so it goes one line of text, a list, and then there's no, and then like the final line is let's pour a nice drink, put on a vinyl, and relax.
I like that. That's a good way to.
So then
end
it's
it, for
like
sure.
it's like
That's a button of who you are and what you would. The best you could enjoy another person is in that situation.
oh dude, I would love that if like a girl came over and we put on a vinyl,
Had a
poured,
drink and just
poured like a
talked.
whiskey and just yeah, which is so nice.
Yeah. Well, because the amount of people who said like, "I love an adventure," and they're the most boring.
Yeah, it's like
motherfucker.
you don't go on adventures.
Yeah, like
Shut the fuck up about adventures.
or trying to. Oh shit! What is it like? Living. Oh, fuck. Like living happy, not living. Fuck. Here for a good time, not a long time. And they're the most boring people you have ever
Dude,
met.
No joke. I saw a stand-up bit today that was talking about girls and their bios. I love adventures. And it's like, all right, well, we know who to draft next for the war. You've been saying you want to go to Europe for years, Rachel.
Here we go.
So let's get. I thought that was so good. Like, I want to go to Europe. All right, here's a machine gun. Go see the world. I thought that was so funny. Yeah, it's just weird, dude. Dating sucks, and I want something serious. I want to settle, but I don't want to settle down. But then also my lifestyle is so busy. But then do I get to a certain age where I get on those serious ones that I pay
that
for?
you pay for?
And then why does that have a stigma that it's worse? And like I feel like if I get on those, I'm a loser.
I mean, I get this. I also feel that way, but I don't know why.
I don't know why either, because like my uncle met his wife on there, and she's super cool, and they're great together.
I mean, if it
but they're
works,
also
it works.
but he was also had kids and got divorced and in his 40s.
Yeah.
So it's like a different. I'm freaking single and in my upper 20s, so I'm obviously in a different boat.
Yeah. But like, I mean, whatever works, but I don't know what it is. Because also the idea is like, fuck, I wish I met my girlfriend naturally. Which would have been impossible.
I was just gonna bring that up. Like, there's a part of me that's such like a hopeless romantic that I'm still hoping for one day to meet someone organically.
just someone at a farmer's market or something like that.
Yeah, but the problem is like they're gonna have to come up to me. They're gonna have to initiate it. I'm gonna have to not be awkward that day. Which good luck being that.
And there's also the idea that no one expects to meet anyone naturally now.
Yeah, it's just like because I've watched so many romantic comedies, so many. Like I want to, and then I want to have that story.
Sure.
Be like, oh yeah, we met bowling, and I accidentally threw my bowling ball across the entire building and got a strike on his lane. That's not a dream that I just made that up on the spot. But that'd be a crazy way.
That's how you picture meeting your husband.
Yeah,
Yeah, you said his lane.
his lane.
I'm
Yeah.
very
I was just
fascinated
making up a scenario, but that'd be crazy, dude.
No, me and my girlfriend swiped right, and we've been happy ever since.
Not as cool.
It's a happy ending.
I mean, I'm happy for you.
Yeah, but it's a shitty story.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, cool. But that's what people do. So like, why is there a weird stigma around saying that's how you met someone?
Well, I mean, like, the idea of like a small town and you date within, like, can you actually find your perfect match in one?
No, because most of them are toxic.
Well, it's just also like there's not enough people.
Yeah, there's 60 people.
Like,
So divide that by 2, there's 30 men, 30 women. You know, it
In
gets very
the
niched
right
down.
age group,
Yeah, it gets very
yeah.
niched down. It's like,
'Cause-
all right, there's 4 options. All right, I'm gonna date you senior year, date you junior year, date you when I'm in elementary school. That's usually how it goes, dude. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I dated you, now we're friends.
Yeah.
Freaking
Do you
small
believe
town.
in soulmates?
I used to
Really? I never have.
ever.
No, because I knew if I move, let's say I could have, like, every life was able to, like, divert and I could experience it all.
Different timelines.
If I moved to any major city, I would eventually get married. And that version of me could not be convinced that I'd be happier with another person.
Well, dude, if we're talking about different timelines, obviously in a different timeline, you're gonna have different soulmates.
Yeah, but see, I don't think any of them are soulmates then. Like, I think it's all just like,
Well,
yeah,
that's
you
why
can find a great person to meet.
Yeah, that's why I don't think I believe in it anymore. Like I
Okay.
was such a hopeless romantic that I was like looking for my person.
See, I would,
Which obviously I can still
don't
find.
lose that.
I can still
yeah.
find my person. I can still find someone that I connect with, and it does great. But I don't think like it's we're destined to find this. There's one person out of 7 billion of us
Right.
that you're supposed to be with.
That,
Good
in
luck
that
finding
case,
her.
they're in Asia.
Yeah, good luck.
That's where the most people are.
Yeah, good luck finding her, dude. That makes me think so on the things of soulmates and relationships and breakups and all that stuff. Do you believe in the fact that someone like the one that got away, is that a real thing? Like the one that got away?
In my mind, although like I'm extremely happy with who I'm with, and I would not trade that with anything, there are moments that got away.
Moments, not people.
Well, it's people that I imagined. Like, the people who I imagined, they're great. I still know some of them, still love them. Like, they're awesome people. But the trajectory is what I imagined. I imagined what we could be, and I put a price on that.
Well,
and that
so,
seemed...
like it got away.
Yes.
So that is because it's all, based on things, and then
Moments in time got away from me, but my future
moments and
never...
expectations.
Yeah, the expectation is never real. My future is planned.
Yeah.
All right, I mean, it will adapt to where I'm at. But the idea of a future has gotten away from me.
It is weird thinking that sometimes you have relationships or you get to a certain age and you're like, who's the one that got away? Like when you watch like romantic comedies, it's like, who's the one that got away? Mm-hmm. Call them. And then of course they're single or of course,
Right, yeah.
But it's like,
as someone in a
how do you-
relationship, there are people who got away from me. There are things that I thought would be perfect that I never got to test.
okay, so you have experienced that.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's just the idea of what you put on people.
Yeah, it's not like a relationship ended and you're like, oh man, if I would have been better.
Oh, no, every relationship I've been in, I'm glad has finished.
So yeah, but like in these romantic comedies and stuff, it like ends because you guys super love each other, but then like, oh, I fucked up and I pushed her away. Like my dad died, and then it's like, oh man, she's the one that got away because our relationship was awesome, but I fucked it up.
I've had like starts of relationships with people where for one reason or another it didn't continue. And those in the idea of what I thought we could be are ones that got away.
I guess the one that got away, you have to be like in a serious relationship, and then something kind of traumatic happens, and yeah, I feel like it's such a niched category.
So like I've kind of had those, but
it's more of it's a different thought than just the one that got away. It's
the
potential.
Every serious breakup or every serious relationship I've had, I'm glad it's ended. Besides the one I'm in now.
Yeah.
But I've had ones where we're talking or we've known each other for a long time,
and then
it was gearing towards it, and just for one reason or another diverted.
That's because you're kind of upset that you couldn't figure out what happened in that scenario.
Well, like I'm not upset now, but I'm aware that could have been great.
It could have been something. Yeah.
No, like I could have definitely fallen in love with that person, had a life with that person that
in a different. Yeah, it's just a weird.
That's
thing.
incomparable to where I am now. So I'm not. Like, I could never have guessed anything better than where I'm at now.
Yeah.
Because I didn't experience any other situation.
Because you don't know. Yeah, that's the weird part is, like, I'm trying to think of, like, just my personal experiences. Like, do I believe that anyone that I've dated has got away? And it's just, like, when I think, I'm like, no, I don't think so.
Well,
I think the relationship ended, and obviously there are moments in time where I'm like, man, we were so great together.
Sure.
But big picture, looking at who we are now, it's like, okay, there's no way we could still be together.
I mean, because the film ideology way of looking at the one that got away is that they came back.
Yeah.
So if one of yours comes back, then they didn't get away.
Yeah. But it's
it's
in
a trope.
those film things, they're gone for years and you've grown and you've evolved and then they get back.
Which, I mean,
Which
fuck,
is- I
I'm
mean,
sure it's happened for plenty of people.
I'm sure it's happened, but at least in my experience, I've never experienced anyone that's like gotten away. But I like the way you put it, like experiences or potential experiences got away and
Sure.
potential futures got away.
Yeah, your
But
own ideology.
do you think that you are someone that got away for someone else? That's a tough thing because
in the same way, yes.
but
Because
that's a tough thing to answer because it's like you have to have somewhat of an ego to say
Sure.
yes, but then it's like, are you really that?
I mean, there's people who have commented on my current relationship asking me to like be with them instead.
Whoa!
Yeah, and like
And you go, no.
well, yeah, yeah, because
What are you gonna say? Okay, let me
Right, yeah.
drop this.
I mean that's what plenty of people probably fucking do.
That's shitty, dude.
Well, yeah, no, like I'm aware that in my current situation, I've had other options that to me weren't.
Weird,
And,
dude.
And like some of them were people in the past where I wanted to be with them until I found this.
So that's kind of close.
Well, no,
that's kind of
like-
close to the got away
Well,
situation.
like yeah, no, like some of those situations is what I was thinking about earlier when you asked that.
Yeah.
And in which case, the idea of a future with them would have been great, I'm sure, but it didn't happen because the two of us didn't give each other that time and energy. I found somebody who did, which instantly means that's a better relationship for me. So this is better because we did we
Yeah.
thought it was worth it to give each other
to
time
give,
and
to
energy.
give it
yeah.
a chance and put the time in. Yeah,
Yeah, and then we decided to
it's just
just be together.
It's just a crazy thing to think about.
No, I mean there's
All while you're swiping right on Tinder.
right, yeah.
Oh, there's one that got away. There's one that got. I'm not thinking that when I'm swiping. I'm just bored out of my
If they don't
fucking
match ya.
mind.
Well, yeah, because anyone who I've talked to in a romantic fashion, we talked in the way that would have presented an ideal future.
Well, yeah, because that's what you're.
Why would you
would-
talk about anything less?
Yeah.
But all of them besides the one I'm in, rather we didn't commit to it or we weren't right for it. And then
It didn't fit. Yeah.
yeah, and then I found one that did as of now. And I think it's going to last, but you never fucking know. Like, I mean, that's
I mean, that's the truth. Yeah,
that's
you
the
don't.
gamble you're taking.
But I think it's worth it.
I think so. I mean,
I would do it.
yeah.
Not with like not with your partner, but like I would you obviously
If you saw
have
my
to-
trajectory, you would also.
Well,
lean towards
obviously
it.
you have to put yourself out there because you want something serious and you have to open up and be willing to take those risks for the potential heartbreak.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's
probably part of the reason why I don't care because I don't want to
you're not willing to risk it.
I don't want to risk it right now. And I
Yeah.
don't want to go through it all again. And I don't want to get close to someone and say like the words
Yeah.
that are important and have like this meaningful relationship and then end again.
Yeah,
I'm tired of that.
I mean, because
But you also got to put yourself out there to get that. You know, I'm just not ready for it again. I'm not fully healed, I guess.
I mean, that's part of what I'm in now, though, is that the idea of the potential heartbreak I could get from this relationship, nothing's worth it. Like, if I get this heartbreak, I have no idea how to comprehend it because it's more than anything I've ever been through.
Yeah, this is your biggest relationship, your best
Oh,
relationship.
by far.
This is
yeah.
your most serious.
It's more than double my longest.
Yeah, that's crazy,
this
dude.
point.
But it's freaking awesome.
Yeah, no, I'm
Dude,
happy it's happened. But
Cheers to that.
Also, yeah, sure.
My empty glass.
Yeah.
I took a
got
little sip.
A little bit of a beer left. No, like yeah, the idea of where I'm at now, like the heartbreak it could cause is nothing I could prepare for.
Yeah, that's why.
Because I got comfortable in where I'm at.
I mean, it kind of dials down to like the things that
I mean, people
the things that you put your time into and the energy, the things that you care about. You could potentially have the risk for anything. Like you put your energy and your love into your job and then you get fired.
Yeah.
That's a heartbreak.
Yeah.
Or you know what? It's things that you care about. You're putting yourself on that line. You're putting yourself in the danger of getting fucking hurt.
For sure,
But
yeah.
it's way worth it for this feeling.
Experience. I mean, it has to be, right?
Dude,
but like
I think
people will
so.
be married for 30 years and then get divorced.
That's crazy.
Cannot
man.
picture that.
Yeah,
I
that's crazy.
Physically cannot.
But I mean, that's what happens.
Yeah. I mean, what? Like they say 50% now, right?
Yeah, that is crazy, dude. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. We'll figure it out through the podcast probably.
And if somehow you found this and thought you'd be a perfect match for Robert,
Swipe right.
yeah, message us.
Subscribe to the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, message us how you doing, and we'll respond. Moist.
On Instagram, message us. You up?
Yes,
That's
dude.
how we'll know.
Yes, if you message us, you up, and it's 2:30 in the afternoon, I'm gonna go soulmate. I'm just kidding.
But until then, you keep your Mondays moist.
And moisten those lips, moisten those hips,
Right.
harden those nips.
That's where we're at. All right, and have
we
another.
We haven't thought of anything better.
No, we'll think of something better for all of you. All right, but until then, have a happy moist Monday. I love you, buddy.
Love you too. Cheers. That's gonna be a funny intro.
This is my first moist Monday where I'm drinking scotch.
And it's also a Wednesday. Right button?